Welcome back to the deep dive. This time we're
mm,
diving into the world of
uh-huh.
Supreme Petrochem Ltd,
Okay.
or SPL,
Mm-hmm.
an Indian company making
Yeah.
some serious moves in
Yeah.
petrochemicals,
Never heard of them.
specifically in styrenics
Okay.
and allied products.
Interesting.
We've got their latest company filings
Uh-huh.
and a fresh earnings presentation
Okay.
giving us a sneak peek
Mm-hmm.
into their financials
All right.
and some exciting plans they have in store.
That's always good to hear.
Yeah.
What's
Right.
fascinating here
Mm-hmm.
is that SPL is about to launch a brand new product,
Oh.
a first of its kind in India,
Oh.
while also expanding their existing operations
Yeah.
and making some
Right.
impressive commitments to sustainability.
Well, let's break it down.
Yeah.
First up, let's look at their financials.
Okay.
SPL just dropped their unaudited results
Uh-huh.
for the third quarter and the 9 months,
Mm-hmm.
leading up to December 31st, 2024.
Right.
And get this,
Yeah.
their sales volume shot up 21.12% for Q3
Wow.
and 13.72% for the 9 months
That's impressive.
compared to last year.
Yeah, very strong.
Yeah.
And what's even more impressive
Mm-hmm.
is they've managed to achieve this growth
Yeah.
without taking on any debt.
Okay.
They have a really strong cash position
That's good.
and are funding all their capital expenditure
Mm.
needs internally.
Wow.
That tells you they're playing the long game,
Interesting.
prioritizing stability over
Right.
risky fast growth.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah,
It sounds like they're in a very strong financial position.
definitely.
But what really caught my eye
What's that?
was this new product they're launching,
Okay.
mass acrylonitrile butadiene styrene,
Oh, wow.
ABS for short.
ABS.
What can you tell us about that?
So imagine you're holding a sturdy, colorful toy,
Okay.
or maybe you're checking out the dashboard in your car.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are those are made with MBS.
Interesting.
And SPL is about to be the first company in India
Oh, wow.
to produce it domestically.
Wow.
They're planning on a massive production capacity
Okay.
of 70,000 metric tons per year.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a huge
Like,
undertaking.
it sounds like they're really going all in on this.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it's set to be mechanically complete by the end of March 2025.
Okay.
With commercial production kicking off in the first quarter of 2026,
All right.
they're using a continuous production process for this,
Oh.
which is another first for India.
Okay.
It's licensed from Versalis,
Uh-huh.
a subsidiary of the Italian energy giant Eni.
So for those of us
Yeah.
who aren't experts in petrochemical production,
Right.
what makes this continuous production process
Yeah.
so special?
Think of it like a factory line
Okay.
that's constantly pumping out ABS
Uh-huh.
instead of producing it in batches.
Interesting.
This continuous process is much more efficient, and it results in a higher quality. Okay.
More consistent product.
So it's better, basically.
Yeah. That's a game changer for manufacturers in India
Right.
who need reliable, high-quality materials.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But why is this MABS such a big deal?
Yeah.
What makes it so versatile?
MABS is known for its impact resistance.
Okay.
Its smooth surface
Mm-hmm.
and its resistance to chemicals.
Uh-huh.
That makes it perfect for things like electronics appliances, toys, and even car parts.
I even saw in the earnings presentation
Yeah.
that they're finding new uses for it in bathroom fittings
Right.
and electric scooters.
Exactly. And the continuous production process
Mhm.
has some additional benefits.
Okay.
It offers better consistency in the material,
Uh-huh.
a lower base color, which
Oh.
means it's easier to color efficiently,
Okay.
better UV stability,
Mm-hmm.
and fewer volatile organic compounds,
Interesting.
which makes it better for the environment,
It's great to see a company thinking about sustainability.
while also being innovative.
I agree.
But they're not stopping there, are they?
Nope.
I was reading about their sustainability initiatives,
Mm,
and it looks like they're taking this seriously.
you're right.
Um,
It's not just talk.
Oh,
Nearly 50% of the power for their Mdoshi plant
wow.
comes from renewable sources.
Very cool.
They have a joint venture with Tata Power
Uh-huh.
for a 12.5 milliW solar power plant,
Okay.
and they even have a rooftop solar installation.
I also noticed that they have a zero liquid discharge policy
Right.
at both of their plants.
Mm,
It seems like they're really committed
absolutely.
to responsible waste management.
And they're not just focused on their own operations.
Okay.
They're also working hard to educate people
Uh-huh.
about the benefits and recyclability of expanded polystyrene or EPS packaging,
All right.
which is often called thermocol in India.
You know, I've always wondered about that.
Yeah,
It seems like it creates so much waste.
it does.
What are they doing to address that?
They're partnering with NGOs
Okay.
to teach people about the proper way
Mm-hmm.
to collect and recycle EPS.
That's
They even went so far as to survey recyclers
wow.
across 17 states in India
Really?
to encourage more organized recycling in the sector.
That's really impressive.
Yeah,
They're putting their money where their mouth is.
for sure.
So we've covered their impressive financials, this groundbreaking new product,
Right.
and their commitment to sustainability.
Uh-huh.
But I understand there have also been some recent changes
Oh, yeah.
to their board of directors.
There have.
What can you tell us about that?
Well, they've brought on 2 new additional directors,
Sure.
Shri Akshay Rajan Raheja
Mm-hmm.
and Mrs. Mona Nina Desai.
All right.
Though these appointments still need to be approved
Right.
by shareholders
Of course.
through a postal ballot process.
Now, I was reading about these 2
Yeah.
new board members.
Mm-hmm.
Akshay Rajan Raheja
Mm-hmm.
is the son of existing promoter director, Rajan B. Raheja.
Interesting.
He's got an MBA from Columbia Business School
Wow.
and over 20 years of experience
Mm-hmm.
in various industries, including hospitality,
Okay.
retail, and real estate.
Impressive.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Mona Nina Desai comes in
Mhm.
as an independent director
Right.
with a really impressive background.
Yeah, I was reading about her.
She has a BA in psychology,
Okay.
a law degree,
Mhm.
experience as a solicitor,
Wow.
and she's currently a partner in a law firm.
And on top of all that, she's served on the ethics board
Right.
of a prestigious hospital and research institute.
Very well-rounded.
It sounds like they've really added some serious talent
Yeah, I think that's a really good observation.
to their board.
These new appointments seem like a strategic move
Yeah.
to bolster their leadership team as they embark on these ambitious growth plans.
Makes sense.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
did you get a chance to look at their expansion plans?
Oh, absolutely. They've got a couple of major things in the works.
Mm-hmm.
First, they're increasing capacity at their Mdoshi plant
Right.
for compounds and master batches,
Mm-hmm.
as well as for expanded polystyrene, or EPS,
Right.
to keep up with the growing demand.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But then there's the really big news.
No, what's that?
Well, the new Styrenics complex
Okay.
they're planning in Haryana.
Oh, wow.
It's huge.
Huge.
We're talking about a 96-acre complex.
Oh.
And they expect to implement it in phases over the next
Okay.
3 to 4 years.
That's a big project.
Yeah, it's massive.
So,
The estimated cost is a cool INR 800 crores.
okay.
And here's the interesting part.
What's that?
They're planning to fund the entire project
Wow.
using their internal resources.
I'm kidding.
Again, that really highlights their financial strength
Yeah, it really does.
and their disciplined approach.
Very interesting.
It's clear they're thinking long term.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
what does all of this mean for SPL? What stands out to you from all this information?
Well, it seems to me that SPL is doing a lot of things right. They're
Mhm.
financially sound.
Right.
They're innovating with this new MEBS product.
Mm-hmm.
They're genuinely committed to sustainability.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to expand aggressively.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm particularly interested in this MEBS launch.
Okay.
It's a product with the potential to disrupt a lot of industries.
Right.
What do you think this tells us about the future of plastics?
That's a great question.
Like, is this the future?
I think it suggests that we're going to see even more specialized plastics being developed,
Okay.
plastics that are tailored for specific applications
Uh-huh.
and that offer a better balance of performance and sustainability.
And what about the impact on consumer goods and technology?
Right.
Do you think this could lead to significant changes
Definitely.
in the way these products are designed and manufactured?
Absolutely. We're already seeing a shift
Okay.
towards lighter, more durable materials in everything from smartphones to cars.
Right.
MEDES could play a big role in accelerating this trend.
It's fascinating to think about the ripple effects
Yeah, it really is.
of this one product launch.
Mhm.
It sounds like SPL is really positioning itself
Right.
to be a major player, not just in India,
Yeah.
but potentially on a global scale.
It's certainly a possibility.
Wow.
But they'll face some challenges along the way.
Such as?
Well, the global petrochemicals market
Right.
is incredibly competitive.
Of course.
And there are a lot of established players out there.
That's true.
So,
It'll be interesting to see how they navigate those challenges and how they differentiate themselves in the market.
I think that's going to be key for them.
Absolutely.
One thing's for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting journey to watch.
Definitely.
What do you think, looking at all of this,
Mm.
do you see SPL becoming a global powerhouse in petrochemicals?
I think they have all the ingredients for success.
Okay.
But as you said, the market is tough.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll depend on how well they execute their plans
Right.
and how they adapt to changing market conditions.
I think that's a very insightful observation.
Sure.
It's not just about having a great product or a solid financial foundation.
Right.
It's about being able to adapt and innovate in a constantly evolving landscape.
Absolutely.
So for our listener
Okay.
who may be hearing about SPL for the first time,
Right.
what would you say are the key takeaways from all of this?
I think the big takeaway here
Yeah.
is that SPL is a company on the move.
Yeah, they're really going places.
They're financially strong, committed to sustainable practices,
Definitely.
launching this game-changing new product,
It is a game changer.
and they've got some
Yeah.
really ambitious expansion plans.
I agree. I think what makes them particularly interesting is their focus on innovation and their willingness to invest in the future.
That's a good point.
This new APS product is a great example of that.
It really is.
Yeah.
I think it highlights the fact that the petrochemicals industry
Yeah.
is evolving rapidly.
Very much so.
So for anyone listening
Yeah.
who wants to dig a little deeper, we encourage you to check out the full company filings
Good idea.
and the earnings presentation.
Yeah, those are great resources.
There's a ton of information there. You might even spot something we didn't cover.
That's always possible.
And for our listener,
Yeah.
we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely.
After hearing all of this, what's your take on SPL's future? Do you think they have what it takes
Big question.
to become a major player on the global stage?
It'll be interesting to see.
That's a great question.
It is?
To ponder. It'll be really interesting to see how this all unfolds.
For sure.
But one thing is for sure,
What's that?
SPL is a company to watch.
Definitely agree with that.
We'll certainly be keeping an eye on them.
Me too.
And we'll be back soon with another deep dive
Can't wait.
into a topic that's sure to intrigue you.
Sounds good.
Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.